Good afternoon, and thank you, Sanjay ji, to visit FSIE. My thanks to Nova team for giving me this opportunity to interact with you. It is always a pleasure whenever we meet you.
Thank you, Pankaj.
And here you are at FSIE, which is our important event for FSAI. And what a pleasure to have one session already done at the event, and then coming back with a personal interview of you. So sir, I'm just starting with first question as to what is that you have learned hard way being on site and not going by codes and standards, and so it's very obviously not a
Yeah. So let me put it like this. I would not say hard way, but I learned this very early in my career, and primarily due to site. I was a site person always. Very difficult to hide your mistakes when you are an architect. These bad designs will always be there staring you in the face. And if you don't want that to happen to you, work on your design, improve them to the extent possible, because the building is going to be there for 100 years. And, it is always going to be there, remind you that you did not give your best, or you did, for that matter. So I think that's a lesson that I learned very early in my professional life, and I still carry it with me. And I tell my people who work with me that you work on the drawings, you work on the code, you work on the text. That's fine. Go to the site, because what you draw on the drawings gets built there.
correct.
And you will realize that particular design, how it is going to come about, how it's going to look, how it's going to be perceived by people. So you have to become a client, a user of the building when you're visiting there at times, and then you have to become an architect and see how it works. I think that's what I would say.
Great, sir. I think you have created marvelous structures for the nation, and many times architects have very different reasons. He want to build uh, give a good aesthetic look, and but often we get challenged by the cost, and we know how most of our developers or even the corporate clients are. They have limited budget. So how do you kind of convince these stubborn clients for investing into your dreams and visions which you see as architect?
Right. So, Pankaj bhai, let me tell you, I have seen that, most of the time, it is not the client who's not listening. It is the design professional and the architects and consultants who are not talking.
Correct.
Okay. We are not convinced. We don't have the conviction. And, without conviction, when you try to convince a client to invest in your design, it's not going to happen. Right. So I always ask that question to myself, that am I convinced? Am I 100% sure what I'm designing and what I'm asking the client to invest in for is the right thing, and it is the most optimized design, right? And I think uh, out of 100 times, 95 times my clients have agreed with me.
Wow.
Right. So I have this very strong feeling, and whether the client is private or it is the government, I think you have the conviction and you are found on an optimized design, people will listen.
You said rightly. I think, but it requires a lot of courage sometimes to take forward your vision.
It actually also
make
needs
clients spend
courage at times to look at yourself and say, probably, what the client is saying is right. This is not required, right? And then you course correct.
Correct. You must have come across several instances where the project manager, PNCs, or client would have given you weirdest reason not to go with the safety standards or approved drawings as per statute. So how do you react to that, and what do you recommend to the young architects?
It's not the weirdest reason, it's the only reason that I've ever heard, which is, we are running short of time, the project is delayed, this is really not required. And I think again, I come back to my point that if you are able to demonstrate okay, to people that this is actually required, many times they would listen. I feel most of the times, if I put it, they're testing you. Would it work? Can we get away with it? If they find a tough customer on the other side, which is me most of the time, they listen. But then, the weirdest reason, coming back to your question is, sir, we are already delayed, let's not do this, not required by the law. So, that's how it is.
Yeah, why means fire officer has already given provisional NOC. Why you insist?
Absolutely.
Are there such instances?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
I think you are a very successful architect. Your firm is known for their work across the nation. And so, what is that successful mantra you will like to communicate to all of us? What is that?
Pankaj bhai,
one
let me give a different flip to this to this argument. I say this to many of the young architects. If you are wanting to become an architect because that is a means of a livelihood, please don't do it.
It has to have strong passion.
You have to have a very strong passion.
Absolutely.
Right? And when you are passionate about something, it becomes enjoyable.
Absolutely.
It becomes like a hobby. I go to play golf. I go to, have a jog. I go for a run. You never get bored of it. You don't get bored of watching a movie, because you're enjoying it. You enjoy work. Okay. And once you start enjoying, let me tell you, the tiredness is not there. I still, go back home and I enjoy my single malts, but that's not because I'm tired. That's because my palate wants it.
Wow.
So
You said rightly. I think it is passion and
yeah,
enjoyment which you get out of your work. I think it is true for all the fields.
correct.
I think unless you enjoy work, I think money to me always will come if you deliver. And
Absolutely.
I personally also feel I'm also in the same profession, and I've seen that many often people complain somebody is not paying this, that, but you will always get bad customers, but most of the customers are good. And I think it is a trust with your work and the work which you have done and your firm has done. I think the kind of success you have got, it is very hard.
There's a tagline in the movie Three Idiots. I love that tagline. Amir Khan says, कामयाबी के पीछे नहीं, काबिलियत के पीछे भागो. काबिलियत होगी तो कामयाबी तो झक मार के पीछे है.
Well said, sir.
And that's actually very true.
So I like to just sum up our discussions, and I just want to know can you sum up your professional growth as an architect, as an industry leader, in just one sentence, sir? Just one sentence.
I'm just warming up. The best is yet to come.
Superb. Thank you so much, Sanjay ji, and it was very heartening to spend few moments. We have been working together, but we don't get time. So thanks to FSIE.
No.
Thanks to Nova for bringing us together this afternoon.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, and it's a great pleasure to have FSI, give me this opportunity. It was a fantastic debate on the dais, and I think this is the topping. Getting to have a chat with you. So great.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, FSI.